Now, the four sources of emotion within the music, there are the acoustic factors. These are the ones that trigger your emotional reactions. There is structural stability. There is something I press that makes me move blank. There you go. There's the extent of structural content in the music and the structural breaches. That is so weird. Kasi music suddenly becomes so difficult and technical. But you see, to simplify it all, because Stephen Paul has this ability to make things complicated. When you hear a song, di ba may songs na parang feel nyo na bimibin kayo? Parang, hindi experience mo. I can't go technical. Yung there's this tension. Have you heard yung mga horror movies? You've watched horror movies, di ba? And then there's the sound na parang may tension may suspense na nagagawa. That's one of the acoustic factors. So those kinds of sounds trigger your flight or fight response. Basically, what Stefan Polish is trying to say is that music in itself can trigger certain embedded emotions or reactions in a person. And then the last boring part before you do the fun part is that it's the concept of contagion or the other source of emotion. Meaning, kasi diba Stefan had four sources of emotion. This is the other one. The parang other wife nila. Contagion. The idea that once an emotion is triggered, be it through music, be it through food, or whatever, there's a physiological manifestation of the state. I mean, for example, when you hear something and you like it, you smile. Diba? Or kinikilig kayo. Especially when you hear that line of love song na parang, that's so neat. Diba? And then you physically manifest it, which in turn reinforces the emotion. So parang it positive reinforcement within itself. Does that make sense, guys? No? Yes? Okay. Again, I'll ask you, what is your favorite love or hate song? Mine? My favorite love song? Actually, I don't have a favorite love song. One among. No, I don't have. I'm that boring a person. I don't have any. I have a hate song though. I love that hate song, Hate by River Maya, which is like an antithetical love song. So anyway, the reason why I'm asking is because when you listen to your songs, when you have your playlist running, those things will ultimately affect your overall mood, whether you're aware of it or not. Sa mga nag-gym, sino po nag-gym dito? Or trying to go to the gym, went once and never went back. Diba? The music in the gym is always pounding. Diba? It's always strong beats. It's always, you'll never hear a love song playing. Diba? Playing in a gym where it has to be testosterone filled. Why? Because we respond to that in ways that we are not aware. Your body responds to the beats, to the rhythm. Nagkakaroon ka ng energy. When you point it, you groove to it. Kung gusto mo masenti, diba? Makinig ka ng mga Justin Bieber songs, sorry. Makinig ka ng kung ano man songs pinapakinggan yung mga diba? And how does it affect love? Now that I've bored you to death with that, this is what I just want to leave you with. Sometimes, the problem is our perception of love is clouded by the external factors we expose ourselves to. Mainly, well, one of them really is music. How many of you do not listen to music? You are exposed to it. You ride it, FX, or your car, you have your iPod, your phone, you have Spotify, and you listen to music. If you're not playing one, most likely the person beside you is playing music. You're so sick and tired of his playlist already. But we're exposed to that. So, love. Love has been the most overrated and misunderstood concept in songs. It has a tendency to magnify things and glorify things that shouldn't be glorified. The funny thing is, no matter how bad lyrics of a song are, as long as the beat is good, you'll remember it. Ocho-ocho. Nakita niyo naman siguro yung ocho-ocho, di ba? Spaghetti pababa. Those are horrible lyrics. Diba? But you have to get seen it. It's not because of the brilliance of the lyrics. It's because of the music, the aesthetic, the structure, the emotion it evokes. This is one of my a quote from one of my favorite musicians, Johnny Depp. He's a bassist, by the way. Music touches us emotionally, yes. Where words alone can't. And that's why most of the time, my non-professional advice, because I'm not licensed now, is that if you guys are going through some emotional turmoil, do not listen to heartbreaking music. Go out with your friends and do karaoke. If you really have to say, yeah. Yeah, combination of that. Don't. Kasi, I forgot who said it. I think it was Alex. He can, parang, to summarize, to quote, he said, paraphrase, parang you can change an entire generation through music. You can change their minds through that. And I did this with my sister. My brother's here. He doesn't know about this. I did this with my younger sister. One of my experiments in my first undergrad was to, for my EP class, experimental psychology class, was to create an experiment that no one has done yet. So me being a musician, I tried, feeling ko wala pa nakagawa pero meron na pala, was I wrote a song and I played for her while she sleeps. No conscious interaction. And then, after 1 month, I play the song again when she's awake and she starts humming to it. Wow. But she's never heard the song consciously. You know, that's an example of the power of music. That's how it affects us. That's how it can affect. So if you are in love, if you feel that there's this guy who you want and is not noticing you, diba? I'd suggest you listen to like women empowering songs, not the pity me party songs. Diba? Yung kawawa naman ako, I'm not good enough. If you're a guy who wants to let the girl know how much you like her, please do not listen to R&B songs that talk about drugs, sex, and money. Because that will still affect you and how you approach, how you interact. You're just not aware. There are so many studies that I was telling them, my problem is condensing a 1 hour 20-minute talk into this short. Ang dami ko tinanggal the numbers and all that because you guys are just gonna lose. Pero yeah, I'll just leave you with this. Music is the manifest resonance of emotions, whatever that emotion may be, trapped in our souls and frame the context of society and culture. Why? Because what may be acceptable to us in our culture for the Philippines may not be acceptable in a different culture. Like in the US, it's okay to sing about, incest. It has become that bland na yung jurisdiction and stuff like that. It's happening. There are a lot of people who actually take pleasure in listening to songs about rape. It's happening. So that's why I said it's in the context of society.